From the moment her first daughter was born, television presenter and mother of 3, Emma Willis, has been in awe of midwives.
Keep it there, keep it there, keep it there.
You just kind of sit back and go, what incredible women, what an incredible job.
Come on, girl, you can do it. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
That was when my mission to deliver babies began.
Emma's been given a unique opportunity to find out just what it takes to work on the front line of a busy maternity unit.
If you're going to do something like this, you have to do it properly. £6.4.
Wow.
At a time when there is a national shortage of midwives, Emma will immerse herself on the ward for 10 weeks, supporting the team.
I just wanted to see if we could get some contractions going.
She will share the pressures,
For the emergency. Where is it?
the fears,
Your heart is going. Yeah.
It's coming out, it's coming out.
and the joys
I've even been written up on the board.
You're a dad. It's a girl.
of delivering babies.
Well done, you.
It's just odd, the term older woman, because I'm 42 and I had a baby at 40.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
I just wanted to kind of like wrap my daughter up, say, it's fine, it's going to be all right. You can't be a mum in that minute. You have to step back and let them take care.
Push now, push, come on, push.
I just want to hold him.
I mean, all of that in 24 hours. How'd you spell catheter?
Emma has been working as a maternity care assistant for 7 weeks.
God, I think you can stay.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Be my bed maker.
Today, she's on the antenatal ward with the high-risk mums who are most likely to end up in theatre.
Hi, how are you? Are you okay?
41-year-old Nicola and her husband Gavin arrived 2 hours ago. Nicola has chosen to be induced.
Nice to meet you. I'm Emma. I'm at your beck and call this evening if you need anything.
Thank you very much.
Is this your first?
Second.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're kind of used to it then?
Hopefully. But it was different the first time around. I went into labour naturally, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's
So why have they induced you?
it's my age, I'm 41. So because of that, they wanted to, the risk of stillbirth as you get towards 40 weeks. I'm 39 now,
Right.
39 weeks, so it goes up. It's still very small, but they want to monitor you a little bit more.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it, when they say because of my age?
Yeah.
It suddenly makes you feel really old.
It does.
You're like, hold on a minute. I'm only like early 40s. What's going
Exactly.
on?
Yeah, exactly. So,
But it's better to
that's
be.
why I'm here. Yeah, it's better to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old's your other one?
He's 4.5.
Do you know what you're having?
No, it's a surprise. So we'll wait and see. One or the other.
Exactly. 50-50?
50-50.
Yeah. Would you like a yoga ball?
I would love a yoga ball. Thank you very much. It would be really great.
Then I'll
Thank
go and find you a ball.
That's great.
And I'll come straight back. Do you want me to close this?
That's fine. We're okay. We're good. Thank you.
I'll see you in a sec.
All right. Thank you.
The term older woman, it's always quite weird for me to hear because I'm 42 and I had a baby at 40 and I didn't really think about that. I suppose I don't think 40's old because I still feel quite young in my head, but there is proof that things like that happen to what is classed older women when they have babies. Where can I get a yoga ball from?
Oh, there's some in them corners.
Hi. Can we borrow this yoga ball? Thank you. Me and my balls getting stuck behind the door.
Thank you.
Have you been walking around?
I have, yeah. I like physical activity, so that's fine. Be using that ball that you kindly bought for me.
Bouncing around.
Bouncing
Have a
around.
bounce. Buzz if you need anything.
Yeah. Bye, bye-bye. Cheers.
We are expecting our second child. We did unfortunately have 2 miscarriages leading up to this now pregnancy. It was quite early on. Nikki was saying it's my age, it may not happen, it won't happen. Hopefully it will be good. Goes well today or tomorrow.
Like all new maternity care assistants, Emma is trained in different aspects of the role every week.
Today, I'm doing something that I've been waiting weeks for. So, breastfeeding training, which I'm excited about because I think I'm going to be really good at it. I think mainly because I struggled quite a lot myself after giving birth with breastfeeding. So I had a lot of support from breastfeeding midwives with every baby actually. I know how to hold the boob, I know where to squeeze the boob, I know about massaging them. I feel like I'm 50% there already, so I'm looking forward to it.
This week, Emma will be trained to give breastfeeding support by midwife Corinne.
Do you want to show me how you'd start?
So close to mum.
Lovely.
Head free.
Yep.
So supported here,
Yep.
but so that head can move. In line
Yep.
and nose to nipple.
Brilliant. What touches the breast first?
Chin.
Marvellous. And then where does the nipple go?
Roof of the mouth to the back.
Right, yeah.
Angle of the dangle. And
Angle of the dangle, yeah.
How?
So if dangle is low, baby low.
That's
If
it.
dangle is lovely and young,
Yeah.
baby high.
Yeah. What do you know what the sucks are like?
So are they quite rapid to begin with?
Yeah.
Then it's kind of slow and steady as it's coming. And then when they get lazy or tired, it's just a little flutter.
That's right. They have little flutters.
And they should detach by themselves.
A little bit of breast discomfort in the first 7 days is not abnormal, but breast pain throughout a feed is always abnormal.
Yeah.
So look at their faces because
Yeah.
you get lots of answers.
What they're really saying.
Yeah. And the next thing we need to do is look after real women.
So I need to find a mum.
Yeah, and I think you're ready.
Do you?
I do.
Yay!
Yes.
Thank you.
I tried to breastfeed all 3 of mine and it's hard. And that can be because of your nipple, because of production of milk, because of a baby's latch, because of the delivery you've had, what your body's going through internally. And you don't know about that until you have a baby in your arms.
Each month, there are around 340 babies born at the hospital.
Hello, Labour Ward, Sophia speaking. How can I help?
Amy and her partner Billy are expecting their first. Amy's baby is in a footling breech position, where one or both feet are pointing downwards and will deliver before the rest of the body.
Yeah, we're in.
He's really kicking me.
It's because you haven't fed him.
He's going to have the right arm today.
If today's scan reveals the baby is still in a footling breech position, doctors may choose to carry out a caesarean section later this morning.
So I understand your baby's breech. Yes. And we're confirming this on the scan. Yes. We'll get some tissues just to come up. Yeah. It is going to be really cold. Good, because I'm really hot. Won't cool me down. But he's really kicking. I can feel his kicks down there. Any idea what you're having? Baby boy.
Having a boy.
Boy. Still can't decide on a name yet though.
We've got a few names. We're not set on what ones yet because, like everyone keeps telling us, you should wait until you see him to give him the name. So we're just waiting until we see him. It might take a couple of days, might take a couple of weeks, I think, but we've got a few names we like.
Yeah, there's no head there. Yeah. Just feet. Feet. Looks like a little mouth. It's like a fish. Okay, there he is. And then his ribs. Yeah, that's ribs. So, as you've seen on the scan, the baby's still breech. Yeah. So we're going to go for a section. Are you happy? Yeah. Okay, good. Can't wait for him. Good luck with it all. Thank you.
I've always wanted kids. I know Amy's always wanted kids. Since the day I've met her, she said about kids. Luckily, it didn't scare me off too early. Didn't take long. We were surprised at how little time it took. And I've got to unload your suitcase, bag.
I've got this baby's bag as well. It's not just mine.
Unfortunately, Amy had a bit of a tough year last year. Lost her mum and her granddad within a couple of months. So this was sort of the happy news, really. The news that we needed, anyway.
Just 3 hours after arriving at the hospital, Amy is in theatre getting prepped for an elective caesarean section. She's going to give birth without her partner Billy, who passed out shortly after entering theatre.
Zimmer clip.
Zimmer clip 1.
Amy's dad Dean has stepped in at the last minute as birthing partner.
Unfortunately for Billy, but fortunately for me, while the consultation was going on for the C-section, Billy fainted and fell back and banged his head and ended up in A&E. So I had a phone call, can I come over and get scrubbed up and go in with Amy? So I said, yes, of course I will.
Buttock crusher.
Button crusher is here.
On Wiggly's forceps.
So about 2 right and left.
Back on shift, Emma is on her way to the birth, where she'll be shadowing theatre assistant Jonathan.
Hello. I'm good, how are you? Nice to meet you. Emma, thanks for having me. I've never seen a breech baby being born before, so it must be quite tricky to have the body first and then get the most kind of tricky part of the body out last. A spine or an epidural?
Really get this lower bit of your back out towards me if you can.
It's quite a job doing that, isn't it?
Really get this.
It's a bit awkward when you say relax.
Yeah.
It's hard to relax when you get stabbed.
Yeah, in the back, between the spine.
With everything in place, the procedure can begin.
Okay, happy? And you want to be shown the baby if we can.
Yeah, as long as I don't see myself cut open, I just see him, then yeah.
The surgeon makes a small incision in Amy's stomach to deliver the baby feet first. It's a straightforward operation, and Amy's baby is born.
Isn't it incredible?
I just want to hold him.
And it's down to Emma to record the time of birth.
Right on the ball?
Right,
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm starting to have a little flap then.
Can we get hello?
No, I want to watch this.
You want to watch the gore?
While Amy gets stitched up, it falls to her dad Dean to cut the umbilical cord.
That's my baby. What are you doing to my baby, Dad?
Nothing.
Are you putting his nappy on, Dad?
Put it back to front. Oh, it just sends tingles down my back. It was just overwhelming. Yeah, it really was.
Beautiful. You going to open your eyes?
My Amy's mum will be proud of her, so proud. It's unbelievably proud. Yeah, definitely.
Although Billy missed the birth of his son, just 50 minutes later, he's on his way to meet him for the very first time.
Hey!
Congratulations.
Hello. Chris, thank you for waking up now.
It's all right, I told him.
Yeah. Do you want to sit down and hold him? Or?
No, it's all right.
Hello.
You all right?
It's your baby.
Well done.
You alright?
The plan was get everything set up, know what times we're doing, go for the C-section, come out. However, I had a slight mishap and I fainted whilst they were talking about it, and so I got put on oxygen, but I came out fine. So, not the morning I'd planned, not the morning I'd wanted.
Do you feel alright?
No, I'm alright. I just get tired.
Don't faint with that baby in your hands. I love you so much.
Well done.
It's that baby.
On the postnatal ward, there's a new mother in need of breastfeeding support.
Hi, Catherine. Hi, Catherine.
It's a perfect opportunity for Emma to continue her training.
You get yourself comfy and we'll pass you the baby. Yeah, so Emma, if you want to.
Catherine gave birth to Matilda just 4 days ago, but breastfeeding continues to be painful.
Kind of push her head towards you so she takes a big portion. So.
If she continuously does it, you get used to it.
I don't want you to get used to it. I want you to have no pain.
If you just keep going with the pain, eventually they crack, bleed, blister, and then it's kind of physically impossible to tolerate how bad it gets. So
we're not designed for it to hurt us.
No.
So
Midwife Corinne wants Catherine to try a different position in a bid to stop the pain.
how does that feel?
It's a little painful because it hurts already a little bit.
that's a really good point. So if you've got sore nipples, you might not get a pain-free latch, but you will get a latch that feels much better. So it's nice, that position, because everyone can have a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see you looking better. It really is. You look great.
And I'm actually smiling rather
Yeah.
than I've got a grimace on my face, yeah.
Absolutely. So, got your buzzer behind you.
Yeah. Shall I pull it here? Because you're not going to see it.
There you go.
But don't press it by accident.
Thanks, Catherine. Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Catherine.
Thanks very much.
It was great. Well done. She was telling us, it wasn't quite right, and it wasn't a big movement to change it, but it was just bringing that baby in closer. So I think she should be fine.
"41-year-old Nicola, who is at higher risk of complications due to her age, is now in labour.
Yeah, go for it then, right into your bottom.
Her husband Gavin is at her side, with midwife Charlotte monitoring her progress.
Brilliant. And again, if it's still there, that's it.
But the baby is in no hurry to be born.
Have faith in yourself. You can do it.
He doesn't want to come out quickly though.
That's all right. Sometimes I just don't. Sometimes I just take a little while. Every labour's different, sweetheart.
Sometimes when it comes to push-ins, babies don't always come down because of the position that they're in. It could also be the positioning of their pelvis. So there is so much pushing you can do, but if all different factors come into play, then there's only so much you can do.
Come on, baby, hurry up, please.
After an hour of pushing, Nicola's labour isn't progressing, and midwife Charlotte calls in the duty surgeon.
Just got the doctor in the room, okay? Lots of hair.
Well done.
Okay.
Lots of dark hair.
Okay.
Yeah, it just needs to come out.
Despite being able to see the baby's head, the surgeon wants to deliver the baby with forceps.
The dangers to not intervene when mum's been pushing for a long time is that baby can become quite tired and cause a hypoxic event, so baby's sort of really struggling and can cause brain injury. Sometimes the only option is to pull baby out via a forceps.
It's a bit high actually, yeah. So I think we can to give a support to you.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's better places of theatre, take to theatre and do it there.
I think for the women, it's a very scary situation for them to have a forceps delivery. For midwives, we know that is what is needed. The doctors have made that decision. They do what's in the best interest of mum and baby.
Nicola will now be taken to theatre in a bid to deliver her baby safely.
Okay. Oh no, sweetheart. Longer, longer.
Nicola has been pushing for an hour,
Well done.
but her labour isn't progressing quickly enough.
We're literally just following the bed. I just grabbed your hat on our way in.
The team are taking her to theatre to assist with the birth using forceps.
That's it, well done. We've got a contraction building.
Contraction building?
Yeah. Can you feel that building? Yeah.
We're going to meet your baby soon.
Dr. Kandasani clamps the forceps to the baby's head so he can help pull the baby out.
Once the forceps are applied, we wait until the mother gets a contraction. We've got one building now, can you feel that? We then encourage her to push as the doctor pulls.
Keep going, push.
Keep going.
You need to push.
Very good.
Right into your bottom. Longer.
Keep it going. It's sort of teamwork.
Breathe. Heads out.
That's out now. Okay. So with the next contraction, baby will be with you. Okay. Very good.
Keep it going.
Very nice. Okay.
Minutes after being wheeled into theatre, Nicola and Gavin welcome their second child into the world.
Hello, baby. Look down.
Okay.
Hello, darling. Happy birthday. Dad, what have you got?
Boy.
If we
Hello,
can come here
darling.
at that end, wait till it comes out. We need scissors.
I'll hold his winkle out the way. Chomp, chomp, chomp. There's no nerves in it, nothing like that, so you're not going to hurt him. Well done.
Good.
Hello, Mummy. We've been waiting for you.
"10 hours after Nicola gave birth, and Emma is just starting her shift.
I can't quite believe you have just given birth.
Yes,
You
it's
look
very
amazing.
sweet. Oh, thank you very much.
Doesn't
It's
she?
very, very
She
sweet.
does look How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm a bit tired. The forceps was a little bit unforeseen, but you never know what's going to happen.
No, not the nicest, are they?
No, absolutely. But I'm very grateful to have a handsome son here, so it's all good.
He's
Thank
beautiful.
You. Thank you so much.
Little Jamie.
Slowly but surely waking up. He probably knows his name's being called.
Yeah. Or is he after more milk?
Probably a bit more milk.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
This week, Emma is training to give breastfeeding support to new mums.
Hi, Lucy. How you doing? Yeah, good. I'm Emma. Nice to meet you. Hello. Yeah, you're so alert.
So far, she's only assisted, but today, she's going solo for the first time.
So how's he been getting on?
Yeah, he's been doing all right. He's had a couple of feeds in the night, but he hasn't fed now for about 4 hours. He didn't want to wake up. so he needs to be fed.
Yeah. And you've already had a baby, right?
Yeah, well.
How old is...
She's 3.
She's 3, right.
But I fed her, and for the first month it was a nightmare because I just got really sore because I didn't really get everything right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think that's my key this time, to not go home until it's right.
And how were his feeds in the night?
They were all right.
Did he feel like it?
Oh,
he was on properly?
Yeah, it felt like it, but it felt like it was my first as well.
Do you want to try and feed him then?
Yeah.
So if you just support the back of his head,
yeah,
but let him be able to move his head by himself, and then put his nose to your nipple, then you want him to open his mouth to reach up for it.
Right, okay.
There you go.
That.
But keep him really close.
There we go.
I think he looks quite good.
It feels comfortable.
And if he's not
really
hurting, his cheeks look round, but when he sucks in, they do dimple a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I would...
Because he's just got massive cheeks.
Maybe, well, that's the thing, you just don't know. And maybe he's got dimples.
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
Yeah.
Emma is unsure, so asks midwife Becky for a second opinion.
Right, that's the only thing I was worried about. So this isn't, when he sucks in, there's a little dimple in there. Do you think that's just him, or is that
Yeah, if
a
they're not
bad
quite that, you'll
attachment?
see quite a...
More prominent?
Yeah.
See, when he's sucking there.
Oh, I see what you mean there, yeah. I would be happy with this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Are you all right if I leave you for a bit then?
Of course.
If you need any help, or if it hurts, or if you want to try a different position.
Perfect.
No worries. I'll see you in a bit. Thanks.
See you soon.
I think that went quite well. So she's adamant that she's not leaving until her latch is ripe, and I do not blame her at all, because the minute you get home and you haven't got that support and you've got to do a whole day of feeding and you're red raw at the end of it, you know, you just want to cry for yourself and for the baby because you just want to be able to feed. All I want in the world is for her to leave this hospital and it not hurt her.
Most births at the Princess Alexandra Hospital take place on the labour ward, a consultant-led maternity unit for higher-risk mothers-to-be. This is where Maddie and her boyfriend Dan will be having their baby.
Hi, Maddie. Can I just do your obs? You feeling okay?
Maddie was induced several hours ago, and midwife Olga and Maddie's mum Angela are both keeping a close eye on her.
Baby moving okay?
Yeah. Lots of tightenings on it. Yeah.
How often are they coming? About every 4 minutes. They're lasting very long?
About 40 minutes.
Okay. I'm 44 over 88. Do you need any pain relief?
Not yet.
It's going to be hardcore.
Maddie suffers with endometriosis. She has done since she was 12. She had her first laparoscopy at 15. So she's had very, very bad, intense period and pain for quite a lot of her life.
Pulse is a bit borderline high. Endometriosis, so it's to do with the endometrium, the lining of the womb, and it's when that actually goes outside of the uterus, their symptoms may get worse. And they're sometimes advised to have their babies young because they may then need a hysterectomy.
Am I right to go for a walk?
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you.
The fact that she's now developed some raised blood pressure is of concern to us, so we just need to keep her closely monitored, really.
Three days after giving birth, and Amy is still at the hospital recovering from her elective caesarean section.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good.
How's
really
baby
good.
no name?
Baby no name's really good. It worried me at first because I was a little bit like, is he going to tell me when he's hungry?
Yeah.
Sat on the breast pump all morning and I've made sure I've got enough milk through the night.
Great though that you're producing enough as well, to store it for him.
Apparently mine's quite abnormal, how much I'm producing. So I did 150 ml.
See, that's amazing.
So yeah, it's better than it dripping down my legs.
Amy and Billy still haven't decided on a name for their baby boy.
So had you never had like any ideas of names before you had him?
No, we did a massive list.
I think first was fairly normal names.
Yeah. Then I went kind of American on you, didn't I?
Yeah, she's kind of like Travis and Chad
And now I don't think he suits any. It's
So
not like
forgive
choosing a
him.
wedding dress where you look at it and you go, that's the one.
Yeah.
But
Is
no.
it? That's my comparison.
I think baby names are one of the hardest things in the world to decide on. Well, I mean, I called my son Ace. My family are from Birmingham. Can you imagine a load of Brummies shouting Ace? Ace! 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 But then with Trixie, my best friend who's American, I was like thinking of Trixie and she looked at me and she went, "You can't call your daughter Trixie." I said, "Why not?" She went, "Because that's what you call a girl that turns tricks." It's like, what? I called her Trixie. I'm like, she doesn't live in America. She's fine.
He just looks like a turtle to me at the moment, so but I can't call him a turtle.
Tommy Turtle.
Tommy, I love the name Tommy. Tommy's lovely. Tommy is really nice. Tommy, it would be Tommy George.
That's a good, strong name.
Tommy George. Tommy.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
like
got a ring
Tommy?
to it, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I can't do this now. I can't do this now.
Get out of here.
I'm getting anxiety thinking about it. I'm not confirming it. I can't confirm it.
No pressure. I am going to leave you to feed and with thoughts of Tommy in your head.
This is exciting.
Please let me know.
Yeah,
We will.
Yeah, we will.
See you later.
See you later.
See you. Thank you.
I may have just helped name my first baby. I don't want to take full credit for it, but I may have just mentioned a name that they had considered before. So I am keeping my fingers crossed that that little boy's name is Tommy.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning and Maddie's labour is underway.
Just keep breathing, keep getting the time down. Nice slow ones.
She's been guided through her delivery by midwife Lynn.
Deep breath. Do you feel like you need to push? Yeah?
Maddie has been contracting for a number of hours and it's all become too much for her boyfriend Dan to watch.
I think it's a lot for men to take. It must be really, really scary for them. Yeah, especially if it's their first deliveries as well. They just don't know what to expect. But it's very scary for dads because they can see and they tend to remember a lot more.
Deep breath in if you haven't.
Maddie's mum Angela steps in as her birthing partner.
Nice slow ones. That's it, nice slow ones.
Midwife Lynn has noticed that the baby's heart rate is dropping.
Fetal heart is down to 105.
Which is cause for concern.
If the baby's heart rate drops, there are things that we do to try and bring the baby's heart rate back up, whether that be turning women on their sides, increasing the amount of fluids that they have, or just changing their position. If the deceleration of the heart rate continues for 3 minutes, you should be pulling an emergency buzzer.
Lynn needs to examine Maddie urgently.
All right, I just need to see whether baby's ready to be born, all right? That's it. Well done. Okay, next one up for me. That's it, sit down. Can you get Sue, please? Yeah, she's 8. She's 8, yeah, she's 8.
Maddie is only 8 centimetres dilated, which means the baby is not yet ready to come out.
No, okay. Wait. It's ready, all right, honey. Stop pushing. It's all right. It's all right, we're not ready, Maddie. You can't push yet, sweetheart, so just a deep breath.
Concerned for the welfare of both mum and baby, midwife Lynn pulls the emergency button. And the decision is made to take Maddie straight to theatre.
When you wake up, you'll have a baby. Right?
Know what an emergency situation means with a birth. It can mean you could lose the baby, you could lose mum. I just wanted to kind of like wrap my daughter up, say, it's fine, it's going to be all right. But you can't, you have to stand back and you have to let everybody do everything. So you can't even hold their hand and say, it'll be all right, honey. You know, you can't be a mum in that minute. You have to step back and let them take care.
It's 1:30 in the morning and Maddie has been taken to theatre for an assisted delivery. Her boyfriend Dan is waiting outside and Maddie's mum Angela has taken over as her birthing partner.
Maddie, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. You need to listen to us, sweetheart.
The baby's heart rate is dropping and needs to be delivered urgently.
I need to follow catheter up to your bladder.
On examination, Dr. Manib sees that Maddie is now fully dilated and may be able to deliver the baby with an episiotomy.
Maddie, I've given you a local anesthetic. I'll need to do a little cut down below, okay? And then baby will come out, okay?
Go for it, sweetheart. You're going to have a baby in a minute. An episiotomy is where we make a deliberate cut with a pair of scissors into the perineum so that these babies can come through faster and much easier without tearing. Baby's just having a little bit of movement. Oh! Congratulations!
After just 5 minutes of pushing, Maddie gives birth.
Congratulations, my darling. Do you want to know what you got? Do you want to know what you got? You got girls? Oh my God! The job is very rewarding. I like being there when 2 people become 3, when 3 people become 4, just as you know that their life's going to completely change from that day forward. Dan, you're a dad. It's a girl. All done. But they're just giving the baby some oxygen, all right? So why don't you go and compose yourself? Sit down, right? Tell your mum. All right? And then because I want to go back in with Maddie.
Yeah, go on. Look,
Right? I will.
My goodness, you know, my own little baby girl was amazing. Push that baby out. It really is traumatic, but amazing, beautiful. You know, to watch my granddaughter be delivered onto, you know, my daughter's belly was just, can't rival it really.
done.
The next morning, Emma checks in on Maddie, boyfriend Dan, and mum, Angela.
How you doing? Good. Good. I'm Emma, nice to meet you. I've just been told you want your cannula out. Please.
Oh. I always feel like I'm ripping people's skin off when I do this bit. Does it hurt?
Yes,
Does it feel like you're having a little arm wax? There you go. Freedom. You're welcome.
Yeah, it was like one of those sort of horror films last night.
Really? So what happened? So you guys, I think you guys came in just after I'd finished my shift. Yeah.
They became quite concerned about the baby's heart rate then. And that's kind of when the bells and whistles went off.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see.
Yeah.
So she went up to special care, didn't she?
Yeah, she had to go up to special care.
Maddie's baby will stay in the special care unit until doctors are satisfied her heart rate has stabilised.
It's awful when, you know, you can't be with your baby straight away and you see other mums who have got their babies, but she's in absolutely the best place. And soon she's going to literally be attached to you constantly. So make the most of this, you know, little bit of time that you can sleep. So what did you call your baby?
Amelia. So we're going to shorten it to Mia.
Pretty name.
Thank you.
Well, let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
And congratulations again. Congratulations. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. From what I hear, she had quite a tricky time of it. But she is obviously a really strong individual because she seems to be handling it incredibly well, to the point where they think just 24 hours later, as long as the baby's okay, they might be able to go home. I mean, all of that in 24 hours. Labour is not easy, man. It's my last day. I want to still come here every week, but I'm not allowed to. Really, just a massive thank you for having me. I've loved it, and I'm really gonna miss you all.
Oh shit.
It's such a vital part of connection between mum and baby.
Try to deliver the baby by forceps.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.